Shannon, on a scale of 1 to 10, LeBron himself, how impressive was he last night?
I gave him a 6. 3 or 10.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
No, you're not shocked.
Pleasantly shocked.
You know, he's 3 or 10 from the three-point line.
Yeah.
He had 5 turnovers. He smoked. He missed the layup at the regulation.
Or as he said, he smoked it.
Because the thing was, Skip, they didn't need 5 minutes. They didn't need 5 minutes considering that they're on the back-to-back. They got the Clippers tonight in their building, and I think the Clippers have been off since, Saturday?
Yeah.
So they're going to be well-rested, and that extra 5 minutes is probably going to show up in this ball game at some point in time. But they found a way to win this ball game. He did have 9 points in regulation. And it's only his 5th game back. I love the Skip. He's 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis needs to start making some free throws, Skip. Now, I don't know what's going on, but he got the yips at the free throw line.
Yep.
He cost him a couple of games, and then he smoked both of them last night.
Mm-hmm.
At least give us one of them.
Yep.
But he missed both of those. But I thought LeBron, he's still not shooting the ball as well as he was before he went out with this injury. And so, Skip, that's why I only gave him a 6. Look, it's LeBron James. When he gives a virtuoso performance, I'm one of the first ones to come out here and say that was a virtuoso. That was a so-so performance last night. Now, if you just want to take the overtime, okay, yeah, I'm going to give him 100. I'm going to give him a 10. I'm going to give him a 12 because he had 9 points in the OT. They only scored 11.
Yeah.
So he and Austin Reeves hit that shot. I thought that was a really big shot after Olynyk hit that 3 to start the overtime, and I thought Austin Reeves coming back, hitting the 2 to cut it to a 1-point deficit. I thought that was huge. But I only gave him a 6. I know he can play better. They need to play better down the stretch. Skip, you got a 10-point lead with 1:40 to go. That's got to stand up. There is no way you're supposed to go in regulation. But you give up quick threes. I mean, you bleed the clock down. Austin Reeves hits a 3 in the corner, and then they come down and hit a 3 with 18 seconds on the shot clock.
Yep.
You got to make them bleed some of that clock. But, hey, they found a way to win. They really needed this ball game. 7-8, 7-1 in their last 8 ball games. Should be 8-0. Unless that heave from Kleber that Sunday. But 6, that's all I got for you. 6.
I am extremely, for once, impressed with your breakdown of this game because I see eye to eye with you for once. Quick aside, what was that noise they were making?
You know what it is?
I
thought they was on a farm.
I think they were doing a sheep noise.
There ain't no sheep.
It's sheep thing.
No.
It's that sheep thing of LeBron's the GOAT.
You ain't never.
He's not the GOAT.
You never been to Knott's Farm? They got goats and everything out there. You ain't never been there?
Sheep thing.
Ain't no sheep.
All right. To your point, I was extremely unimpressed with LeBron over the last, really in the whole fourth quarter.
Right.
Because they should have won this game by 15.
Yes.
I was extremely impressed with LeBron in the overtime because he did suck it up. He played all 5 minutes of overtime, and he redeemed himself in big ways that will count down the stretch. I thought it was crucial for his own psyche to say, okay, this is enough of this you-know-what.
Right.
I'm going to show you. And he came right out, and remember the first shot that he took in overtime? It was a mad 3. It was a mad ball. It was like, I am sick and tired of this. I'm just going to shoot this. And he ripped it, and it showed you, he said, listen, I've told you for years, however long we've known each other, I love mad LeBron because when he gets mad, he can channel his anger in ways others can't. We don't see him get mad all that much. No. But when he does, the opposition had better look out because he forgets about this and that and any demons he's got, and he just sticks it to you, and he can stick it from anywhere, including 3, when he gets angry.
Right.
But in the fourth quarter, they needed him to quarterback them home, to floor general them home, to say, I got this. I'm going to orchestrate a 10 or 15-point victory because I'm going to point out to everybody, Lauri Markkanen, who's an all-star, did not play last night.
Right.
Jordan Clarkson, an ex-Laker who can flat out light it up,
fill it up,
did not play last night. Walker Kessler, who's been something of a revelation as a rookie out of Auburn, as a shot blocker and rim protector, he's averaging 9 and 8 with 2 blocks a game, did not play last night. So you know, and I know, Lakers favored by 7.5. They should have won by double digits, right?
They were up at one time, like 16?
Yeah. And then allow me to start by showing you LeBron had 3 very uncharacteristic careless turnovers. The last one was an offensive foul. If we could see those in the fourth quarter, please. Here's the first one. Whoops. That's just careless. Your head's in tomorrow night because they got the Clippers tonight, obviously, at the Crypt. And then how many times have you seen LeBron do that?
Well, I thought he was thinking Rui was going to stay in the corner. He was going to hit it for a short
and
three.
The last one, he kicked his leg out on the three.
The old Reggie Miller,
It's a little frustration, and he's trying to buy one, beg for one, and the ref ain't buying it.
No.
So you gave them the ball 3 times, and you are LeBron bleeping James.
Yes.
And it hurts your basketball team because they're like, wait a second, if he's not into it, it's hard for us to be into it. Okay, so let's give the whole team a break because they've been on a roll. This is the game everybody just inks in and says, you got this one. And they do have to come home, and we're going to talk much more deeply about this in a few minutes, but they do have the Clippers. The Clippers have beaten them 10 straight times. The Clippers are now still slightly ahead because they have, obviously, the tiebreaker advantage in that slot, in that 6th slot. And, Shannon, all it is you're playing for a week off.
Right.
It could be as much as a week off.
Right.
Well, at this stage and age for LeBron James, is the week not crucial, valuable? Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay? And instead, not as he has to fight for the week off, he has to sacrifice 5 more minutes because the whole team doesn't show up in the fourth quarter against a team that they should have put away after 3 quarters, and they did not. Okay, now back to Anthony Davis. We keep calling him the big X factor. He's the biggest X factor in the whole playoffs to me, this side of Phoenix's health. If KD, Book, CP3, if they stay healthy, you're going to have a problem because they're going to be a problem for everybody in the West. But the bigger X factor is the motor of Anthony Davis. It runs hot, and then it runs cold. For some reason, he felt like he had done enough, and last night I thought his motor was running cold. He was just idling because he wasn't calling for the ball. The numbers in the end look okay, 21 and 14, but LeBron had to take 27 shots in this game. AD only took 16 shots in this game. That's wrong. You know and I know it's just wrong. It can't be that way if this team is going to do what it's set out to do.
Hell, Schroeder took 18 shots.
Okay, Schroeder took 18 shots. Where is Anthony Davis? Well, how many times have you asked me that question across the table? I don't know. I'm not saying it was a bad game, except from the free throw line. And to your point, he misses 2 late free throws back-to-back. You can't do it. You got to at least make one of them.
Yes.
Because if you miss both, and you are the most talented player on the floor, because we can't give that to LeBron at age 38, AD is still the overall best player on the floor. And if your best player is going to miss back-to-back free throws, it is psychologically debilitating to your basketball team.
Now, though, Skip.
It's just in his head.
We've seen it in Philly. We've seen it in Boston. We've seen it again the other night against Dallas.
Yeah.
So, and it's a reoccurring theme. And he was a better shooter. I remember his first year there. And even in the bubble, Skip, they followed him. They was throwing him the ball late in the ball game because they're like, hey, we want AD to go shoot these things.
Okay. And what did he do the other night? He scored 18 in the fourth quarter, and he was the closer.
Yes.
Okay. He drifted last night. The whole team drifted because they know LeBron and AD don't play back-to-backs. AD hadn't played one since November.
Right.
So I don't know what their fate is going to be. They both said we got to wake up this morning and see how our feet are because both of them got a foot issue going on. They're going to have to confer with the medical staff. AD said we're probably going to have a big 3-4-way phone call and decide their fate tonight. Are they going to play or not? My gut feeling is both will play tonight because both need to play tonight. I don't want them to risk further injury. So if they're flaring it with their feet, they can't play.
Right.
But if they're not, if they're just tired today, I think they need to play.
Right.
Because you could see in the overtime, they both said, we got to win. You can't lose this game to Utah.
Not with all those guys out.
You can't lose it, and you've got Utah to close at home on Sunday.
Right.
So it should be gimme on those 2 games, and last night was not a gimme.
True.
Okay, so to your point, with 1:43 left in this game, Austin Reeves makes yet another cold-blooded 3. And he actually turns to the Utah crowd. He wheels to the crowd. He made it from the baseline, if we could see it. and does the arm like I got ice water in my veins. I got ice water in my veins. Watch this. He rips it and turns and you see, yep, he's doing it. Okay, that's for a second-year player. He's second year, right?
Yeah,
second-year player. That's
second year undrafted player.
That's some guts. That's some moxie. That's some serious swag for a kid who has arrived. And you could even see last night, LeBron just trusts him implicitly.
Oh, yeah.
LeBron's kicking it to him. They're going back and forth because they can vibe off each other because he knows how to play basketball. I'm going to say it again. I am loving your team. I did not love their effort last night, especially on defense, but I'm giving them a little bit of a break because they're trying to save themselves against a weakened opponent for a pretty strong opponent that has beaten them 10 straight times. And it's all at the crypt, which is their, it's like the Clippers' home away from home almost because they're the team in the basement. Okay, so Austin Reeves makes that three. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You're up 10 with 1:43 left. Can't you close that?
You should.
No, they weren't able to close it because Agbaji makes a three. Then LeBron had that offensive foul that we saw.
Chris Dunn's layup.
And then Chris Dunn made a layup. And then AD missed a little 17-foot turnaround that was forced. And then Kelly Olynyk.
Really,
He just lucky banks in a three from straight on. And it's just pure luck. He shoots it way too hard. He shot it, what, like 2 feet too hard?
Yes.
And it banks hard in. Okay? It's just a bad break. But it was a break nonetheless, and that cut it to 2. Then AD misses another little 6-footer. And in the end, if we could see the final play of the game, at least LeBron did not pull up and jack up a three, which has been my pet peeve for his whole career. At least he sucked it up and said, I'm going to drive the basketball. He's waiting. I thought he should have attacked a little quicker. Just attack. It's Kelly Olynyk, and he has to get it back for shooter. Nice cut, nice break. And then he goes up and under. He's left-handed by birth. And he said it after the game, it's my shot. I am left-handed, right?
Yeah.
And he just left it a little short off the front of the rim.
Remember the Eastern Conference Finals against Indiana? That was the shot at the buzzer.
Yep, okay.
With Paul George overplayed.
But he made it.
Yes.
Okay, that was just completely, at least this is contested. But, of course, I'm sitting back saying, okay, where's the clutch gene?
Right.
Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He redeemed himself.
Oh, yeah.
In overtime, he basically took the game over.
Yes.
And to his credit, not only did he make that mad ball three, but after AD's misses, he stepped to the line, what was it, with 54 seconds left. LeBron stepped to the line and ripped them both. He ripped them both. I'm going to give him that. And he was 6 for 6 from the free throw line for the game. I'm going to give you that because he has been a liability from the late game, close game free throw line.
Not this year.
Not this year. That was big time, 54.5. It wasn't exactly game winning, but it was game saving free throws that he made. Okay? Way to go, LeBron James. Which brings us to the final play of the game. Once again, you got to give me a little credit for this. I've just pounded on this table. LeBron, you are the greatest driver of the basketball I've ever seen, and it ain't even close. He is still a 200 and whatever he was, 60-pound freight train. There's never been a force of nature like LeBron with the basketball driving to the basket because he's so powerful. He's still so explosive. He is ambidextrous. He's impossible to stop. He plays bully ball even now better than anybody plays it. So if the game is on the line, you just have to have the guts. You're shooting free throws at the highest, it's not the highest statistical clip, but lately he's been making his free throws.
I think he's 77% this year.
Okay, my point is trust. Just trust it because don't pull up and jack up a three. Guess what he is from three? I got it right here. He is now 30.3% for the whole year. That ranks 149 out of 151. Guess who's 150? Russell Westbrook. We're going to talk about him.
Banchero got to be 51.
Banchero is 151. Okay, so don't do that. It's never been your shot, and this year you're not shooting it anyway. It's period, end of story.
Yep.
Do what you do. Attack the way only you can attack. Take it to him and make the refs make a call if that's what it's going to require. Because all you got to do is go make one free throw and the game is over, if that's what's required. Well, this time, he pulls off one heck of a move because he does a spin to the layup. If we could see the final shot, this is what you have to do if you're LeBron freaking James. Give me the ball. Watch this. I get it. He didn't even have a step. He had to create a step because he got guarded to the left, and he wheels and spins and 360s and just lays it up off the glass. He didn't even need to dunk it. He laid it in off the glass. Game winner, game over. Beautiful redemption. So to me, it was bad news, really good news, really good for the basketball team, recreated all the momentum, saved the game, saved the winning streak.
Might have saved the season.
Might have saved the season. Seriously, might have saved the season with that decision and that move, and that it's just a layup, but it was a pretty fancy schmancy layup, right?
It was, yes.
You got to create your own shot going through 2 Utah Jazz, and he did, and I am impressed. But overall, I'm right with you on the scale of 1 to 10. I can go above 500, but again, given what happened or didn't happen in the fourth quarter, I can go to a 6.
Right.
Because that's what it was. It was a 6, but it was a strong 6 because the overtime was a flat-out 10, or as you usually do, it's a 12.
Yes.
No, it was.
It was. And Skip, considering that he hadn't played more than 32 minutes in any of the previous 4 games, this was his 5th game back, and because of the 5 extra minutes, he had put on his body. Would I be surprised? Would I be shocked? I wouldn't be shocked if LeBron nor AD played tonight and they rolled the dice and said, let's put everything into the Suns game on Friday night and take Wednesday. So now we'll have Wednesday off, Thursday off.
Would. Okay, I
would you be surprised?
No, I wouldn't be surprised.
If one or both.
In fact, that is almost certainly the smart way to go. Almost certainly. But you have built serious
momentum.
Late season momentum. Serious, like best in the West late season, although KD is now 7-0 in his games that he's played with the Suns. You have a shocking opportunity to do something very special. Do I give you a shot at winning the West? Absolutely, I give you a shot. Did you happen to notice what happened to Denver last night? And I'm not talking about the Broncos. I'm talking about the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Okay, they stunk. They lost at Houston. You had an ignominious loss at Houston not too long ago. So the point is, they stunk so bad that once again, Mike Malone called out his team as soft. Well, they are soft. Jokic played last night, and he plays soft on the defensive end.
Right.
They were all soft on the defensive end.
Right.
Do they have offensive firepower? Well, you better believe they do, maybe as much as anybody. But when they don't defend and they're not completely into it, that happens. And it's happened way too often down the stretch. Is Denver vulnerable? You better believe Denver is vulnerable. Okay? Can you beat the still young Grizzlies in a 7-game? Sure, you can beat them. Can you beat still very young Sacramento? You better believe you can beat Sacramento, even though they had a very nice win last night at, what do you call them?
The Seagulls?
The Seagulls.
Oh, my bad, Jid. My bad, Jid. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Y'all really?
They played like seagulls last night because they got spanked at home by Sacramento. Okay. But the point is, everywhere you look in the West, because we're going to talk about Golden State a little later. Golden State's down 4 to Oklahoma City going to the fourth quarter, and Jordan Poole goes out of his mind, or we might be having a different conversation.
Right.
Okay? So you've got opportunities everywhere to rise up the rankings. And yet, tonight is huge psychologically. So do I want them to play? If I'm Rob Pelinka, would I almost go against my better judgment and encourage both of them to play? Yeah, I would.
Right.
Because if you can win this game and then keep everybody barely healthy and take the 48 hours to get ready for Phoenix, you want to talk about golden? You could wind up the 5th seed. You got a shot.
Yeah.
Okay?
I think all things being equal, they'd rather stay in the 6th spot.
Okay. Well,
I think they'd like to match up with Sacramento.
Okay. Well, if you lose tonight, you're going to be in danger of not. You're going.
Oh, you're going to be possibly in the play-in.
You're risking the play-in, and you're risking. Look, this is the classic: pay me now or pay me later.
Correct.
Are you going to pay tonight with the risk of further injury to both your superstars, or are you going to pay? If you pay now, you very possibly, it's almost like a week off. Depending on your start date of the playoffs, you could have 7 days off.
Correct.
Well, how golden would that be for LeBron at this point?
He definitely need it.
So can you pay now? Can you fight through this? And again, the Clippers aren't going to be any pushover tonight anyway, even though they don't have
They play hard regardless of who's in the lineup. That's one thing about Ty Lue team. They're going to play hard.
We're going to talk about this in a few minutes. Russell Westbrook will play possessed tonight to get even with the Lakers who dumped him. You know it, and I know it.
He absolutely will.
Okay, here we go. I would play both of them if they can. Yeah.
Must-see TV, absolutely. And hopefully, selfishly, my Pelicans can rebound tonight, guys.
No, they're not happening.
I can't argue with you on that one. Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.